People who are blind or vision impaired need a level of service to help them to retain their mobility and to retain their independence and to do the things which those of us that are not vision impaired take for granted. And Irish Guide Dogs is the cog which really makes that happen.
Having had Murphy for over 5 years, I've experienced the benefits of it. I would definitely recommend a guide dog to other people. I'm not blind. I do have some residual vision. My vision is impaired from an eye disease that I have. Many people think you have to be totally blind to get a guide dog, but that's not the case. If you do have a vision impairment, but a guide dog will be of benefit to you, you can apply. They do find the dog that will suit you. For myself, I have to travel a lot, so I need a dog that's good with public transport, doesn't mind having variations in his routine on a day-to-day basis.
For a guide dog, the breeding programme entails us supplying enough dogs that are trainable. At 7 to 8 weeks of age, they're placed with volunteer families who we call puppy walkers, but it's to ensure that we have a pup that's habituated and socialised to every kind of environment that you would see in a busy city or town. The characteristics that we look for in a dog, first of all, willingness to please. The dog has to be happy and enjoy what it's doing. Does the dog have initiative? Is it bright? So you know that by repeating an exercise in obedience, and you'll see how quickly the dog learns. And we teach the dog what's called obstacle work, and that's avoiding solid obstacles like lampposts or crowds of people standing in the street. Everything that we do is done through positive reinforcement, so when the dog does something correct or it's shown how to do something and it does it correctly, we come in with lots of physical praise and vocal praise.
All of our services are leading to dramatic improvements in the quality of life for the people who come here for training. We've also gone into the area of independent living skills training, being able to be independent in the home or in your workplace.
Independent living skills is any skills that you do from when you wake up in the morning to when you go to bed at night. It can be anything from putting your toothpaste onto the toothbrush, or it can be cooking roast dinner on a Sunday. When people arrive to me for the independent living skills class, we sit down on the Monday afternoon, find out what they want to do and work out a way that they can do that. The orientation and mobility class, or the long cane training class, is where people come to the residential centre in Cork to learn how to use the long cane. Picture yourself walking along your main street, it's strewn with obstacles which we don't even notice in the sighted community. Somebody loses their sight and they don't have the skills and the confidence necessary to get out and do the same kind of routes. If they come to learn how to use the long cane, that gives them the confidence to do the same kind of things that they've always done.
More recently, we have started to train families of children with autism by providing them with an assistance dog to work with their child.
My son's name is Sean. Our assistance dog is called Dexter. Sean's 8, so we know about the autism since he was 3. So, you know, we've had 5 years of trying lots of different things, and this is the most positive thing we've ever done. The moment Sean is attached to Dexter, he is present. So that is huge for someone who has a child with autism. His self-esteem, his self-confidence has just exploded. It's been amazing. I don't know whether it's the acknowledgement of the fact that he has autism. The minute we came home with Dexter, he relaxed. Sean, he kind of breathed a sigh of relief and went, oh, okay, so they're okay with that, you know. He's acting more independently. It's like, because he's responsible for somebody else, he needs to know where he's going and what he's doing, and he's comfortable and happy to do that, which is really exciting for us. The assistance dog programme is something I can highly recommend to any family. Dexter isn't just a dog in our family, he is a part of our family. He's actually as important as the other human beings in the family, and that happened really instantly when he came home.
We'd like to think that we're an organisation where people can see the outputs of what we do. We would not be in a position to offer our services were it not for the support that we receive from the public and our volunteers.
85% of our annual income comes from voluntary donations or fundraising activity. Every fundraiser is important, whether it's small or big. Sometimes something that takes very little effort can generate a huge amount of awareness in a community as well as much needed funds. You can check out our fundraising events taking place around the country on our website guidedogs.ie, or you can email us at fundraising@guidedogs.ie. We also have lots of individuals who come to us with plans to do all kinds of fundraising activities like table quizzes, coffee mornings. We can offer advice and support for any such ideas.
When we talk about our services, we talk about the impact that those services have on people. Every day here we're working with people, all ages, from all backgrounds, from different parts of the country. And through our services, their lives are improved.
For me, it's about, we're giving people independence, we're changing people's lifestyles for the better.
I was so fearful coming in here. I had no idea what I was coming into. Really, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It's completely different to anything I had ever experienced before. So what I'd say to people is, if they're nervous or if they're unsure of what benefit it will be, you have to come in and try to see the benefit.
Tell your dog to stay. Stay.
Irish Guide Dogs is an organisation that's been training people with guide dogs for over 40 years now, and we also support families of children with autism with support dogs. But we provide assistance to a wider range of people in the vision impaired and blind community as well.
Could I talk to somebody about doing an open learning course?
I got my guide dog in my late 20s when I lost my sight, and having my guide dog has enabled me to re-enter the world, to go about my daily business, to be independent and to go to work. And I have such a huge quality of life thanks to my wonderful dog. Behind the counter, good boy.
Everything that we do, bar training the dogs, is supported by volunteers. Even the training of our dogs, the support we have with temp boarding, people who have their dogs living with them. But everything to do with our fundraising is all volunteer-led.
I've been volunteering with the Irish Guide Dogs all my life. My dad is actually the co-founder of the organisation, and he lost his sight when I was about 2 days old. So I've never known anything different. I've been a serious volunteer in terms of puppy walking, or puppy raising as it's now called, for about 15 years. You get your pup when he or she is about 8 weeks old, and you have them for approximately 12 to 14 months. And within that time period, you're basically teaching your pup to be obedient, to have manners in public, and you're introducing them to places like supermarkets, shopping centres, to go in a lift, to go in a car comfortably, to meet people, to go to schools, generally where most people would frequent on a daily basis.
We do Next Step programme for teenagers who are transferring from secondary school to university, and we support our clients in the community and here at the training centre in Cork.
With a guide dog, it's a much smoother kind of way of getting around. I also feel like I definitely wouldn't have been able to go to America for 4 months. Like, I went over there and to a completely unfamiliar place, and the dog just adjusted to it, and within a little while we were just able to fly around a whole new university, which definitely would have been just impossible, I think, without the dog. So a good girl, aren't you?
For us to train a dog, it's about 38,000 euros on average, and that's to take the dog from the birth all the way through to its 10-year working life. The National Lottery funding is a critical investment to us. We were in a position where our list was closed up to November 2016, and investments like the one we got from the National Lottery allowed us to reopen our list and bring a whole new set of families into us that we could train and put in the community with an assistance dog.
When the time comes to say goodbye to your puppy, it is a very emotional time. It's a bit of an emotional roller coaster though, because you're saying goodbye to a dog you've loved and looked after in your own home for the last year, but you're saying goodbye also with hope that that dog is going to become a hero by either being a guide dog or an assistance dog.